this video, we're looking to capture some more images of woodland bluebells, and the location is Hillhouse Wood in North Essex. Good morning, it's a lovely Easter Monday morning. I've just parked up at Hillhouse Wood, which is near Helsted in Essex, and I'm just walking towards the wood now. Not too sure what to expect in terms of bluebells. You know, yesterday at Blake's Wood, they were in fine form. Could be different here, but we'll find out once we get there. Well, I've arrived at the entrance to Hillhouse Wood, and it doesn't look that promising. Normally there's a little burst of bluebells as you enter, but they look a bit dull to me, but we'll have a walk around and see what we can find. Well, as you can see behind me, I was completely wrong about the bluebells in Hillhouse Wood. They are about the same as Blake's Wood. They're well advanced. I'll give you a little look now. Okay, this is one of the first images I've set up at Hillhouse Wood. What attracted me was the lighting on these leaves on the tree and the dappling at the base of the tree, the light just dappling the floor there. And there's a hint of the bluebells to the left-hand side. I've focused round about there. And you'll see there, I've got it set up ISO 100, f22 and a third of a second. So let's take that image. As I mentioned in an earlier video, I shoot into the two slots. I put the RAW into slot 1 and I put a JPEG with a Velvia film simulation into slot 2. And I'll just show you now the difference that the film simulation makes. At the moment, that JPEG that you see on the back of the camera is with the Velvia film simulation. And you change it by hitting the Q button, which is on the corner, which is the quick application button, takes you into the applications quickly. Come across to there. So you see there it's set up Velvia. But if I turn that, now it's standard, and that's the standard view. It's not a lot of difference, but I like the difference that it does make. But you can, obviously, if you go back into this, there's loads of film simulations, black and white. You see there, is that black and white? No. If we go to Across, red, so you see black and white. We might take that image just to give you a look at it. But as I said, I keep mine in Velvia, so we change it back to Velvia because that's the film simulation that I like, particularly on the JPEGs. This is the second image that I've set up at Hillhouse Wood. What really attracted me to this image is firstly the log and the detail in the log. Secondly, the stratification of the shadows as they fall on the forest floor. And lastly, the backlighting, the slight backlighting of the leaves at the top there. It's probably going to need a bit of focus stacking, so we'll focus on the log to start with. And then the bluebells at the back. final image at Hillhouse Wood. This image is just set up for a 16:9, so that's what the camera's set at. Basically, you've got a row of bluebells, a row of green at the bottom. The image is framed by 2 trees, one either side, and the leaves on the central tree are side lit from the sun, which is on my left-hand side. I've got it set at f16, quarter of a second, 100 ISO. We'll take that image now. One last thing on this particular image, it does work, it would work well, I believe anyway, with a bit of intentional camera movement. So I'm just going to have a little experimentation with that. I've upped the ISO to 50 to give me a longer shutter speed, as long as I can get without putting filters on. And I'm going to fire the shutter off and then just drop using the adjustment on the tripod, just drop the image slightly. I'll show you. Right. That's the camera off. I'm just going to move it slightly. Well, what I said earlier about the bluebells not being as good as I thought they would be at Hillhouse Wood was obviously wrong. They're not in full bloom yet. I reckon another week, and that's when they'll be at their optimum, at their best. And I may come back then if I've got time. But back to the car now, a little bit of a walk and home for something to eat.